And I don't know if it was something I read or something I heard in a training. And I'm like, why am I not taking care of, at that time, the hundreds of customers I already have?
Welcome to the Other 99% podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Duck, a coffee loving direct sales enthusiast who's obsessed with a good digital system. Come join me for a realistic look into the world of direct sales. We'll explore inspiring perspectives, learn about unique business tips, and celebrate success stories that often go untold. Because on the other 99%, every seller matters. Hey everyone, it is me, Lisa, and welcome back to another episode of The Other 99%. I have my friend Susan here with us. You have heard her a few times before in the podcast, and I absolutely love having her. So much information comes out of the podcasts when Susan is involved, and today I brought her to chat with us about customer care. Because I'm going to tell you one thing that Susan is amazing at customer care. Her customer care is very authentic, very natural, and her business proves that customer care is key. So, Susan, jump in and first off, tell the listeners like what company you're with again, just in case they've missed, and then dive into a little bit about, your theory on customer care and why you feel like it's important. And then we're going to go a bit into sort of like telling them your customer care system. So they're going to want to stay tuned. All
All
right.
right. So I'm Susan Larimer. I'm with Lemongrass Spa Products. I've been with that company for 11 years. Absolutely love it. I think this is my third podcast with you, Lisa.
No,
So
I think it's
very
your
exciting.
fourth. This
Is
is
it
your
my fourth?
fourth. Yes, you were
Okay.
on. You were like my second
I was number
guest.
one.
Yes, yes. Or you're my first guest, my second
Uh-huh.
episode. And then we talked about building a story brand,
Right.
and then the collaboration one, and now
Right.
this one. So four
Number
times.
four. Yay. So fun. But yeah, I think I was maybe like 4 or 5 years into my direct sales journey where I was constantly trying to find new people, new people, new people. And I don't know if it was something I read or something I heard in a training. And I'm like, why am I not taking care of, at that time, the hundreds of customers I already have? I don't
Mm-hmm.
need to keep getting new customers, new customers, new customers when I can take care of the customers that I have. And I think that's one of the perks of having a direct sales company that is consumable,
Mm-hmm.
meaning, you're eating it, you're putting it on your skin, it's a supplement, it's skincare, something that your customers are going to use, run out, and have to reorder.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is one of the perks of our business with Lemongrass Spa is that my customers are using the products. If I teach them how, that's another part of my customer care. And then they will need to reorder more. So when I finally understood the magic of taking care of my own customers, that's when my business just did. It just significantly
Yeah.
improved, got stronger, and I enjoyed it more too.
Yeah. The thing when we dive into it, like taking care of our customers, I know that often companies preach about finding new customers. And I totally get it. New customers will help you grow your business.
Right.
But consistent customers who, you provide that great value to will also help you grow your business because I mean, as we're recording this, I'm just going to be open and honest. There is a lot of stuff going on with Epicure. They just abruptly closed on this past Friday, and um, you know, my customers are still there supporting me, even though I don't have a product to sell them.
Yeah.
Like
And
it's
that's something important to
amazing.
remember. Your customers are purchasing from you. They
Yep.
can purchase from the company, they can purchase from anyone else, but they are choosing to purchase from you. So if you have that relationship, if your company falls apart, pretty much you're going to take those customers with you because you
Yeah.
have taken care of them this whole time.
I've had a number of customers reach out to me. I mean, I finally had to break down and do it. I had over 120 text messages in my inbox yesterday because it was just that overwhelm of replying. And so I finally sat down and replied to every single one of them. And it was amazing the outpouring of, support and let me know what your next steps are. Like, so I've built that know, like, and trust. And I could not have done that without great customer care.
Exactly.
So I want you to tell the listeners because I absolutely love the simplicity of your customer care routine. So can you share a bit about what it is that you do?
Yeah, so when I get a brand new customer, someone maybe sometimes home office gives us customers, sometimes it's someone that referred another customer to me. When I get a brand new customer, they place an order. Actually, this goes for anyone. Anytime I get that email from home office saying, "Hey, you got a new order. Here is their information. Here is what they ordered." Within 48 hours at the longest, within 24 hours, they are receiving a text thank you from me. If it's their first time, it's a thank you so much for your order. Who referred you to me? Like, where did you find me? I would love to know so that I can thank that person who referred you to me. If it's a regular customer, it is a, oh my gosh, thank you so much for your order. I will let you know when everything ships. So that thank you, I think, is the most important part because a couple of times I purchased from direct sales company. Maybe I was in like a Facebook party or a vendor event and you place an order and you never get acknowledged for your order. Like, no, thank you. I'm like, did my order go through? Like, did I do the right thing? And I'm thinking if they're not even going to thank me for the order or acknowledge it at all, first of all, they probably don't even need my order. They must be wealthy and, on their own and don't even care about orders. But second of all, it makes me feel like I don't know, there's no connection. There's no relationship, there's no appreciation, there's no gratitude, and I will never purchase from them again.
Yeah.
So I don't ever want my customers to place an order with me without receiving that gratitude that I'm so thankful for their order. I appreciate them. So that is the biggest thing. If you do nothing else in your business and your customer care, make sure you thank your customers every single time for every single order.
Hmm.
So then about 2 weeks after they get their or they place their order, I'm sending them a message with a, hey, I know you got your order. I'm just checking in to see if your order was correct. If you have any questions for me, just making sure that you received everything. And this is all automated in Project Broadcast.
Hmm.
So if you're not in Project Broadcast, it is a campaign, a customer care campaign. I have one for brand new customers, and then I have one for regular customers.
And let's
Um,
just dig into that for a sec because with Project Broadcast, the key is so how Susan's customer care is so simplified is that a lot of it is automated. It's authentic, but it's automated. So with Project Broadcast, as soon as she applies this tag to the person, Project Broadcast will send out her thank yous at proper intervals and she has it set and it's done, right? So if you're not familiar with Project Broadcast, there is a link in the show notes about Project Broadcast and you could go take a peek. I mean, I think they have a pay and go plan too, so it's pretty reasonably priced to use it.
yeah. And that's the thing too. You have to keep up with it. This is not something that you just insert your customer once and it's done. Every time they place an order, I have to be in Project Broadcast to take them out of the sequence that's happening and put them back at the beginning with that thank you.
Hmm.
So you'll understand that a little bit more when I talk about the four different messages that they get. So, number one, thank you for your order. 2 weeks later, just making sure your order arrived. Do you have any questions? And interestingly, I used to skip this part. And then all of a sudden, people would be like, I never received my order. I'm like, uh-oh, like we
Hmm.
need to look into this. So that's when I can track UPS shipping. I can call home office and be like, they didn't receive it yet. Like, can you look at it on your end? Sometimes it goes to the wrong house. I've had it go to the wrong person's house. They took a picture of the porch because that's what we do here. And it was the same house number. So home office was like, it says it was delivered to her house. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not her porch. So
Yeah.
that's a good time for you to figure out, like, okay, we need to do some some figuring out of what happened to the package so that they know, okay, Susan's working on it. I don't have to worry about it. It's being taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you get your order? Do you have any questions? 3 months after they place their first order, I'm sending them a text saying, hey, are you running low on anything? Are you ready to reorder anything? Because in our company, it takes about 3-ish months to go through, especially the skincare products. So if you do supplements and you know that you're giving them a 6 month supply, then 6 months is going to be
Mm-hmm.
when you want to follow up. So know what your products are and how quickly you run out of them. So 3 months, they're getting a message saying, are you ready to reorder? Do you want to try something new? Do you want to see this month's specials? If they still don't place an order, then at 6 months, they're going to get hey, I have a $10 off coupon code. If you're interested, it's for $100 or more. Let me know before it expires. I'll send you that code. And really, what that is a gift certificate from me saying, if you have an order that you're going to place and it's about $100, like I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to give you $10 off to keep you using our products and to continue to take care of you.
And how often do you think you have people take you up on that?
So I would say about half of the time. Now, not many people get to the 6 month
Right.
period without reordering. So if they place an order sometime within that 6 month period, say they're at like 2 months, they place another order, I take them out of the sequence because the last thing I want is for them to get a, hey, they are you
Mm-hmm.
ready to reorder when they just ordered like 2 days ago?
And that is where your 24-hour thing is key, right? You need to be
Yes.
active in that. And when you go in to Project Broadcast, you can easily unapply a tag or take them out of a campaign.
Yep.
So you could stop the automation abruptly. Like you don't have to wait for them to finish it. So that's why we love our Project Broadcasts.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, when we get to the 6 month, it's probably about half the people are like, yes, I'm ready to reorder. Thank you for that. Send me the code. I send them the code, and then they will place an order. So that is my Project Broadcast campaign. I have shared it with many other lemongrass people because of the verbiage. I've shared it with other companies, and they have just kind of fine tuned it. So it has been working fabulously for me. It's also a way, I was thinking the other day, I got a reminder from my dentist, like, hey, it's time to schedule your 6 month appointment.
Hmm.
And I'm not looking at them like, oh my gosh, how greedy. Like I was just there 6 months ago. My teeth are fine. No, I'm like, thank you for the reminder.
Well,
I'll
and
schedule this
most people are
appointment.
going to be like, "Oh my God, yes, I was just in the bathroom and noticed that I was getting low and oh my God,
Yes.
thank you for messaging me because
Yes.
I don't want to run out."
Right.
Because I know I've run out of my skincare. Unfortunately, lemongrass is not available up here, but
I
I've run out
know.
of my skincare and it's like, "Oh my God, you go and he's like, what do I put on my face? Like, I need my cream." Right?
Yes. A lot of times the message will be like, oh my gosh, you read my mind. I was just about to reach out to you. So that 3 month period, that's why it's so good to know what your period is for when you run out of products.
Yeah.
You don't want to do it way ahead, but you don't want them to run out either.
And again, I just want to, because I have a feeling like a lot of our listeners might not know what Project Broadcast is or what it's all about. So that's why I keep putting these little like side notes in here. So Susan is saying like people are coming in and replying to that message saying, "Oh my God, you read my mind." That goes into Susan's personal inbox in Project Broadcast. And at that point, she can take that message to a one-on-one personal connection. And that is how we build the know, like, and trust factor in Project Broadcast using the automation and adding in that one-on-one flair with it. So that's the beauty of the system, right?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. And a lot of times, sometimes, it does sound a little like automated, I guess. If you're like, thank you for your order, even though I'm putting my name, you can add pictures with Project Broadcast. But sometimes people don't respond until I send them a very personal message like, oh
Hmm.
my gosh, I saw your vacation on Facebook, looked amazing. And then they're like, wait, this isn't a robot? Like, this is actually you. I'm so sorry. I haven't been responding. I'm like, it's really me. It's really me just texting, but it's just instead of writing on my calendar follow up with this person, follow up with this person. I would have follow-ups like every single
Yeah.
day of the week. It would be impossible to keep up with all of that. So this is just automated. It's working on your behalf in the background.
And it's funny because I actually am very open and honest that, hey guys, thank you for your order. You're going to be receiving some automated messages, but know that if you need me, just hit reply and I'll be here happy to help. Right. So I'm very open and clear. It was funny because yesterday I was replying to a message and I noticed that I wanted them to submit a keyword so that they could be tagged with updated information. And I noticed that they put a space. So of course the tag didn't apply. But then I also wanted to respond to them about something else. So I responded to them and then I said, "Oh, by the way, the next message that you get is going to be an automated message. Don't worry about it. I'm just putting you into a sequence that is going to make me remember to email you when I know more about what's going on with Epicure."
Yeah,
And it was funny, and they just responded like laugh out loud, right? And
yeah,
it's like just being me. Like,
right,
I'm
right.
just trying to make my life and my business simple. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
for
So
sure.
let's dig into this because I know that this is also a big, big part of your customer care. And it's how you build that know, like, and trust a lot. And that is email communication. And before we go off on this, I just want to say again, based on what just happened with Epicure, it is very, very important if you are not doing this on a monthly basis, go into your company's back office and download your contacts. If you do not have your contacts in some sort of exterior program, whether that's an email program or an Excel sheet or something like that, you have a potential to lose everything. I
Mhm.
know that there are many, many people in Epicure who on Friday lost all of their contact information for their customers. And if they didn't have connections with them formed on Facebook through email marketing, through text marketing, they're just gone. We don't know what's happening. We don't know whether we'll get that information back. So it is very important. People say email is dead, but I don't think
Mhm.
so because now I can just reach out to all these people and let them know because I have their email list. So I want you to share about your emails and then I'd love for you to talk a bit about your blogs at the end too, because I think that's a key part of customer care.
Yeah, just to go back to that emails, that is so important. You work really hard to get every customer and to have that relationship with every customer and to have them all just be deleted. Like if Lisa's been in the company for how many years
Almost
with Epicure?
15, almost
Yeah,
15. Yeah.
15 years worth of customers. That is thousands and thousands and thousands of customers. There's no way you can remember who all ordered with you. There's no way all of those people are on Facebook or that you have all of their phone numbers. There's no way. So maybe what do you do it like monthly or quarterly? How often do you back up those
I
contacts?
usually download monthly. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So make sure if you're listening to this podcast, do it today because you never know what is going to
And so I'm
happen.
just going to dig into why I do it monthly. So what I do is, or what I did, I should say, it's really
What you
weird to,
will do again in
yeah,
the future.
yes, yes, yes. So what I would do is I would download my customers at the end of every month. So anybody who ordered, and then I would upload them into my email. And I offered a customer loyalty program. So anybody who shopped with me within that month who wasn't linked to a party, even though I still uploaded the people who were linked to the party, they were entered into a customer loyalty draw and one person would win a little package that would just get delivered to them. And what I would do is I would just do a fun duck race. I would send them an email. So again, I'm uploading everybody into my email marketing system because that's where I keep everyone. So they get this email and they say, "Thank you so much for your order. Did you know that you're entered into my customer loyalty program?" And then the duck determines who the winner is. And then what I did was I would go in and I would look at their past orders and I would basically put together a collection of products that I think that they would love. I didn't really I didn't really give them the opportunity. At first I did, but it took too long for them to pick and it was just a long drawn out process. So then I'm like, okay, I need this a one and done thing. It needs to be done. So that's when I decided to pick for them, but I mindfully picked for them. I didn't just pick the cheapest thing or whatever. It was just like a collection of stuff that I put together. So, yeah, I mean, so I at the end of every month I had that information, and when I had it downloaded, it downloads into a CSV file, which was easily uploaded into my email marketing and my project broadcast.
Mm,
So
nice.
it was, and they're all named like, customer orders, December 2024. And it
Hmm.
was super simple.
I wish I had a fun last name like you. Do a lot of things with your last name. I was Larimer. Like you can't do anything.
Everybody loves the duck race. They're
I
like,
love it. Uh, so okay, one more thing before I get to email marketing. Another thing that I have on my website, I have my own susanlarimer.com website that is separate from my company website. I have a skincare quiz on there.
Mhm.
So when they click on the skincare quiz, they are given, I think there's only like 5 questions. Like, what is your age? Because I need to know skincare is tailored to your age. If you're young, if you're mature, I need to know if their skin is oily, dry, sensitive, blemished, what kind of skincare concerns. I also want to know if they have any specific concerns like fine lines and wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, acne, things like that. And then I also ask them what products they're currently using. I don't care about the brands, but are they washing their face every night,
Mhm.
every day? Are they using any kind of serums? Are they exfoliating? So then what they do, they complete those 5 questions. I get an email because our websites are super savvy. So I get an
Mhm.
email saying, hey, someone completed your form. Take a look. So what I do is I take all of their answers and I personalize a complete skincare routine for them. This goes out through email, and I include a cleanser, a toner, a moisturizer, an eye cream, a serum, exfoliant, and a mask. So there are 7 products that I'm recommending to them, and I tell them right up front, like, keep this as a resource. I'm not expecting you to throw out all of your current skincare and start with all new products. And a lot of times people, if they're like, I've never masked before, they're going to ignore the mask. So I put everything into we are allowed to create virtual carts with Lemongrass Spa.
Mhm.
So I create a cart for them in our Lemongrass Spa back office. It has all of the products in there. And in the email, I say, I have created an editable cart for you. I put all of these products in your cart. You can go in, you can take out all but one, you can leave them all in, whatever you want to do. But like I said, keep this as a resource. This is the product I'm recommending as a cleanser, and it has a hyperlink to take them to my website for a closer look. We have all of our ingredients on our website, um, all the way through all 7 products. So by doing that, it's not like, you know, one size fits all. Good luck with
Mhm.
your figuring out which kind of products you need because it's overwhelming. And if
Well,
you're not in the skincare world,
I love the fact that you're not just sending, great, thank you for your response. Here's my website, go take a look.
no,
Because I would be, and I mean, I started off in skincare. Like I started off. So I know my skincare, but even going onto sites sometimes you're like, what's this? Like, do
too
I
many
need that? Or
choices. Yeah. Yeah. So they get an email about that. And then I just had one the other day. She filled out my skincare quiz last Friday. I sent her the email, I think Friday night, and then I didn't hear from her. So she was on my list to follow up with her tomorrow. And then I also have at the end of the email, text the word coupon to
Mhm.
my project broadcast number, and I'll give you a money saving coupon. So she texted coupon Wednesday, yesterday, and then I gave her a $10 off. And then today she placed the order. Not for everything. She did edit the cart, but
Yep.
it was 5 products and it was everything that I recommended, which
Awesome.
makes me so happy.
Yep.
Like I am so excited. And then, of course, I sent out a thank you. Thank you so much for your order. I'm so excited for you to get started with our skincare products. And now she is in that project broadcast campaign, that loop. So,
Awesome.
yeah, love, love, love our website, how it integrates with Project Podcast and then emails.
There's
It
so
is,
many components to customer care.
yeah,
It's not
yeah.
just a one and done. The key is making sure you have your list and
Mhm.
making sure you know how to follow up with them. But you still have to provide great value other ways, not just like, hey, thanks for your order. Do you want to order again? Or
Right,
worst thing that you could do is my company's having a sale. Do you want to buy this? And then send
right.
them an image or something like that. That's
Yeah,
that's not customer follow-up. That is not
right.
customer care. So we definitely want to get that clear. So like,
And never, never, never make it about you.
yes,
Never say, I'm working towards a business goal and I need five more orders and $25 each. It is not about you, it is about customer.
the cringiest one is my leader has challenged me to sell. I'm like, oh my God, stop it. Just
Oh,
stop. Stop.
that
That's
makes it all about you. And that
it.
is a huge turnoff.
Well, it's like that's when direct sales gets that sleazy,
Yes.
feel, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And we truly are like there are people out there who truly do care about our customers. When we get the news about Epicure, you know what my first thoughts were? I just had customers, not that I wasn't getting
Mhm.
paid, but I just had customers place orders. Like, are they going
It's
to
going to
get it? Do
happen.
I have stock to make sure that they have their products? Like, you know, I am thankful, like, Epicure does keep its word. Like, I do love the fact that they did make sure that there were people in the warehouse to push out those orders that have been
Good.
paid for. But that was my first thought. Like,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? My customers, right?
Yep.
And yeah, so customer
Yeah. And
care is really important.
one more thing before we get to emails. There's so much in Project
So
Podcast.
much, so much.
I said that before. Um, every once in a while, maybe it's January 1st, maybe it's Christmas, maybe it was, Thanksgiving. I sent out a text to all of my customers, nothing business related. And it was, I just want you to know how thankful I am for you. Or maybe I have like a quote about gratitude or something, just something to let them know that I'm thinking about them. And I think it was, I don't remember which holiday it was, but it was some holiday. And I forgot I scheduled that message out to a couple hundred of my customers.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden at 2 o'clock my phone's like ding, 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 and my husband's like,
What's
what
going
is
on?
happening? I'm like, I don't know. And I'm looking like, oh, like my customers are just saying like, happy Thanksgiving or whatever. And there were like 50 some messages, which just
Yeah.
filled my cup.
Yeah.
And it's just that communication is so key.
Well, I had one customer, as I was going through those messages yesterday, say to me, I hope nobody has been negative to you and giving you grief. And I'm like, you know what? Not one of my customers came to me, not even the ones who had ordered. Am I getting my order? Like,
Oh,
not one. So it's
oh,
definitely the community that we build. We build that positive community, and it pays back. Like, it really does pay back. So
yep,
that's
yep,
great.
yep, absolutely. Okay, so email. I think I'm
Email.
ready
Let's get
now.
into email.
So I kind of struggle with what to do with email, but I think I found my groove. I used to have like an email secret sequence where it was like introducing myself, and then it was the business opportunity. Then there was a coupon for a free product, and I wasn't getting good results with that because I feel like I don't know, it just wasn't working for me. So now what I do is make it more service centered. So when people place an order, they get put into um, my email, part of my website, my email list. And every Monday, I send out a blog. I do blogs. Sometimes it's product specific. Sometimes it's just like general life, like maybe it's gratitude, maybe it's I had one like 10 things of why you should go to the beach regularly. 10 things it does for you because we live near the beach. It's not always lemongrass spa specific, but that goes out every Monday. It's a quick email with like an intro blurb about what the blog is about, and then there's a button that will take you to my website to read the full article. And I get a lot of good feedback from that. It's
Mhm.
driving traffic to my website, which everybody wants.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's teaching them something. It's not just to buy my product.
It's providing value.
Um,
It's providing
it's
value.
providing
Yeah.
value. Yeah, yeah. So I love doing that. And I found that I really love blogging too.
Hmm.
I always loved writing, but sometimes I didn't know what to write about. So this is giving me a writing outlet that I also love. So every Monday, my customers will get an email leading them to that week's blog,
Yeah.
which I love.
Susan tries to keep us accountable, our core four accountable on our blogs. Is like, so ladies, what have you done this week? And it's like, we're like, ooh, well, we haven't ready. It's just not done. And like Susan's like, get it done, get it done.
Love my blogs, but it shares more about me because, like I said, if it's not product focused, it's something that I'm going through. Maybe it's I don't know, usually like in the health and wellness world, um, but it just showcases me more than my company,
Yeah,
which I love.
yeah. And then the last thing I want to touch on is because I know that you have a great community on Facebook and you typically start the month off with like a mystery host or something. So can you share a little bit about what that looks like?
Yeah. This my mystery hostess event started. Oh my gosh. I would say I've been doing it for at least like 6 years. It is the first full month of I'm sorry, the first full week of every month. And I do that consistently so that my people who place orders regularly, they know if they're running out of something, they're going to wait until that first full week of the next month to place their order because then they're entered into my mystery hostess event. So we are a party planning business. We have hostess rewards. So what I do is take all of those, usually they're all reorders. They go into one event and then I use the wheel of names, the
Mm-hmm.
random name picker, and it selects a customer to win that month's hostess rewards. So for every $25 they spend, they get their name put in. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like if you're going to spend like $200, your name should be in there 8 times versus someone who buys one mascara and gets in there one time.
Yeah.
Um, so in January, this month was 50% extra host rewards.
Oh,
So I
okay.
got to give away $400 shopping spree. And then she also got 4 half off items. So I
That's
love
crazy.
doing this. And it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but I don't know if I don't know what it is. But usually the person who is selected is like, Susan, I have been having the worst week ever. Like I lost my dog or job is like so stressful. And this has been something that has lifted me up and they are always so
It's
thankful.
like the
So
highlight of their week. It was meant to be.
yes.
Yeah.
So, and
So
because I do it consistently, everybody knows, and that's where they place their order. So, the first full week of every month, I'm pretty set for the rest of the month. The rest that comes in is just bonus orders, or I can use the hostess rewards to replenish my stock on my skincare, my hair
mhm.
care. So, yeah, I do that the first full week of every month.
I love that. And I mean, if there's anything that you need to take away from this episode is definitely you have to build something and be consistent at it. So you heard about Susan's project broadcast and the consistency she has with the 24-hour thank you and then putting them in her I think you almost do like a 2+3+3 type kind of event where most of us know the 2+2+2 for follow up. But it's the same thing. She's just customized it to her product line. And then she has her email marketing, which keeps her in touch with people on a consistent basis, and her blogs that put out consistent value. And then her Facebook community where she like loves on them consistently by giving them products. So you know, doing this business and thriving in this business takes a lot of work. I
Mhm.
mean, I hate when I see those posts that say, come into this business and just play on your phone and you're going to make a lot of money because, yeah, that doesn't work. Like posting and praying doesn't work. But if you build these consistent systems, and I'm just going to say you don't have to have them all in place when you're starting out. Pick one and thrive at it, whether it's email marketing, whether it's text marketing, something like that. But be consistent and follow up with your customers and show them love and appreciation. Because you know what, when I was with Epicure, I never had to worry about hitting my minimums.
Mhm.
Never.
Right.
Because I know if I just loved on my customers, those orders would come in and get me to my minimums, no problem.
Yep.
And that is all built from good customer care.
Yeah.
I never once struggled with, oh my God, I need to get orders. Oh, my leader
Right.
challenged me, right? And but it was just that consistency that builds. So I mean, I really appreciate you taking the time to come and share your wisdom with all of our guests. And I know that there's going to be a lot of takeaways. I'd actually encourage everyone who's listening to this, either drop a comment or jump into my DMs on Facebook or Instagram, find me somewhere and let me know your takeaway from this podcast episode. I want to start talking to the listeners. I really do, because the ones that are reaching out to me, you're just filling my cup, because I actually had one person say to me this morning, in light of everything that's going on with Epicure, don't give up on, on your podcast. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, so sweet.
But it's very important, you know,
Yeah.
growing that community is very important.
Yeah. Our lives, we are all about relationships. I don't care what business you're in. My husband is a pastor of a church. It is all about relationships there. It is all about relationships wherever you go. And if you're in it for yourself, you're not going to have much fun doing it and you're not going to be successful. But when you focus on the relationships and nurturing those relationships, you're going to have results like Lisa in this podcast and with our customer care, with taking care of our customers. I mean, that's where it all is. That's
Yeah.
what is the most important thing about any business in life.
Yeah, so true. Alrighty, my friend. Well, I thank you so much for being a guest, and I know I'm gonna have you back again because I
Yay!
I just love talking to Susan on this. I'm like, I joked this morning in my head. I'm like, well, maybe we're gonna have to make Susan a co-host or something.
Oh, yay! How fun would that be?
Because I hate talking to myself, so we might just get you on and banter back and forth about just anything.
I
All
love that.
right.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And I want to thank the listeners for joining us for another episode of The Other 99%. And we will see you again next week. Take care, everyone. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time to listen to the podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you would take a minute to rate and review the podcast, I would absolutely love it. And if you know someone who really needs to hear this podcast, please feel free to share it with them. More listeners, the better. And if you know someone who would like to be a guest on the podcast, or you yourself would like to be a guest, be sure to check the link in the show notes or visit lisaduck.com and click Be a Guest. We'll talk to you soon.